In today's world of health, information and science, going bald is no longer inevitable. It's optional. While our father's generation always dreamed of a magical pill for regrowing hair, we actually have one, or more than one, which is insane. But despite all of that, today I want to answer a simple question. When is it too late to regrow hair? What treatments can you use to get back that luscious hair so we can all look like George Ariyoshi, the former governor of Hawaii, when we are 80 years old? Well, come explore with me the insane world of drugs. Hair loss drugs. Many of the subscribers of this channel know it's not true, but when people think of hair regrowth drugs, they think of testosterone inhibiting treatments that could potentially mess with your hormones and make you more feminine. While this is actually a valid way of avoiding going bald, it's surely not the only way, nor the focus of today's video. You see, to understand what treatments you should use, it is important to have a basic knowledge of why we go bald in the first place. And yes, testosterone plays a crucial role, but not in the way you think. All men and women have in their bodies something called free testosterone, which is the portion of testosterone that isn't bound to proteins and is therefore biologically active. In males, some of this free testosterone is converted into a stronger androgen called dihydrotestosterone. This hormone is responsible for the formation of your willy and pubic hair development during puberty, but after puberty it becomes much less important, and in genetically susceptible people, dihydrotestosterone can contribute to enlarged prostates, which is why all people always need to go pee, or unfortunately for my self-esteem, hair loss. Now, the degree to which we go bald is normally measured on a scale referred to as the Norwood scale. But the rate and speed at which people go bald depends on each person's genetics. While some people may start going bald very late in their life, such as in their 40s or 50s, others may start as soon as after hitting puberty, meaning at 14 or 15 years old. While this is normally uncommon, it happened to me. Yeah, here's to my fucked up hair loss genetics. But as you can see, I'm not going bald now, which we'll get to in a second. But let me know in the comments below if and at what age you started noticing that you were going bald. In any case, going back to the Norwood scale, and to answer the initial question of this video, it is generally considered that the sooner you catch your hair loss on this scale and start doing something about it, the better the results will be. For instance, a solid Norwood 6 or 7, which is Vin Diesel or Jason Statham type baldness, is generally considered too late and can be only treated with a good old-fashioned hair transplant, which I'm not a fan of for obvious reasons, to be honest. Yet, anywhere between a Norwood 2 and 5 on the scale is perfectly treatable, and generally one can expect to go back 1 or 2 Norwood stages when treated correctly. This was my own case. I went from a Norwood 3 vertex to a Norwood 2 after starting hair regrowth treatments. Okay, but what treatments should you use and what results can you expect to get? Let's see some real people's results. Here's a really nice example of someone who was starting to lose his hair. Since he reacted fairly quickly, he was able to pull these results off by using only one treatment, 1 milligram of Finasteride once a day. The before picture was when he was 26 years old, and the after is now, at 30 years old. Why did this work so well? Well, remember how we saw that free testosterone gets converted into dihydrotestosterone, which is the hormone that causes baldness? Well, it is not magically converted. This process happens through an enzyme in our body called 5-alpha reductase. What finasteride does is bind to this enzyme, thus preventing free testosterone from being converted into dihydrotestosterone. This is generally fine. We have been using finasteride for over 20 years now, and it's generally considered a safe drug. More importantly, finasteride helps stop further hair loss, which is why doctors usually recommend starting it as early as possible. I use it and I've never had any side effects. But, and here's the big but, 2 to 3% of people can have some unwanted side effects. Generally, people talk about sexual side effects, like not being able to get your banana up. Another unwanted side effect can be gynecomastia. That just means the enlargement of men's breasts, which is not a cool area of enlargement on my body. It is thought that this happens because blocking DHT production causes a slight increase in testosterone, and a small amount of that can then be converted through a different pathway into estrogen, the female hormone. All men naturally have some estrogen, and that is okay, so don't start panicking now, but too much of it can start causing problems. Yet this gynecomastia problem is very uncommon. Less than 1% of people will have this unfortunate side effect. Ultimately, I don't wish to annoy anyone watching this by undermining the potential side effects of finasteride. I just think, and this is my personal opinion, that finasteride is generally safe and you should try it if you want to. I'm also not affiliated with any finasteride company. While we are talking about really small numbers like 97 to 98% of people having no issues with finasteride at all, it is up to you to decide if the risk is okay for you. Now, what if your hair loss is more advanced? Well, if you are in a more advanced stage of hair loss or wish to get better results, you will need to add the following two treatments: Minoxidil and microneedling. I am actually surprised to see that in most cases people have heard of Minoxidil but haven't heard of finasteride. Like, look at this recent interview with New York Major Mamdani.
I'm on that Minoxidil.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Is that a sponsored ad read?
No, I'm just telling you the truth.
When? Since when?
It's like 6 months ago.
But definitely, like, when people say, like, racist stuff or the baldness stuff gets me. The racist stuff, I'm like,
stuff,
okay,
yeah.
you know.
No, I feel
What's up?
that. Yeah, that's what I use.
What is finasteride?
It's the only FDA. It's
Finasteride?
Well, at least he's on Minoxidil. For those who don't know, Minoxidil is a drug generally used as a topical liquid that you apply once or twice a day to your scalp. It has, unlike finasteride, the ability to stimulate miniaturized hair follicles to grow healthier again. We are unsure why it works as well as it does, but it is generally thought to do so by opening potassium channels, which is believed to improve hair follicle function and prolong the growth phase of the hair cycle. This increases the anagen phase, which is the growing phase of the hair cycle, and thus makes the hair grow healthier and, most importantly, thicker again. Microneedling, on the other hand, is a device such as a Derma roller, a Derma stamp, or a Derma Pen that uses micro needles. These penetrate the skin, stimulating the hair follicles by triggering wound healing, collagen production, and the release of growth factors. Also, when combined with Minoxidil, it has a synergistic effect since it allows Minoxidil to penetrate deeper into the hair follicles where it's needed. Here's one example of a guy who was using all of these treatments together: finasteride, Minoxidil, and microneedling. 1.5 years later, he's got this amazing voluminous hair again. I would rate him as going from a Norwood 4 to a Norwood 2, which is insane. So in general, expect to go back 1 Norwood stage when using only finasteride and 2 stages if using finasteride, Minoxidil, and microneedling. I will leave links to the treatments I personally use and recommend below in the description. But let me know, what results did you achieve by using these products? Or are you still in your hair regrowth phase? Write it down in the comments below. Until next time, I wish you a happy hair journey.